Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy Thursday, happy Thursday. Hope you all having a great day. I myself having a good day. It's the start of my weekend. I'm off here. I'm off today and tomorrow. And y'all see the thumbnail is Mr. Social Corner. So we here to talk about some celebrity topics, some things, and give my opinion, give Mizzle his opinion on things. Welcome, Mizzies. Hope you enjoy. If you're new to my channel or you're just watching me, feel free to join the chat. Say, hey, what's going on? I'm just giving my opinion, how I feel about some things, a quarter of the day. And after this live, we will be going on my Discord and we will do a watch along and watch this Trader season 4. Finally, we get season 4, and I think they're airing the first 3 episodes. And after that, it's going to be an episode, a week episode, a new episode, one episode each week following. So, y'all see the thumbnail. We're going to be talking about the Tyler Perry lawsuits. We're going to talk about a little bit of Kimmi and Maurice Scott clip, but I gave them nicknames. So when I start talking about them, I gave them nicknames. People who've been following me know that I don't call them by their names anyway. So I'm saying it for the people who just watching me and listening and say, who are these people and everything. I might give my little general opinion about the docuseries that's going to be appearing in Zeus about the Combs children, and then Christian Keys and his statement, and then some other things that might pop up. And anything, other topics that y'all may want to at the end, towards the end of the live, y'all want me to give my little quick opinion on, y'all let me know. But depends on the interaction. It go how fast or slow or it goes. But I will still talk and give my opinions on things. So come in and enjoy and say welcome. Hold up. Hey, shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamond in the sky. Yes, I got the glasses on today. I got this jacket. This jacket would make me hot, so I had to take it off. So I just have it on my shoulder. And then excuse, I ain't get my hair cut, but whatever. I ain't going anywhere. I got a haircut next week. But nevertheless, who's this? Hey, welcome. No, I have not seen the new Dave Chappelle. And I don't know if I will watch it. I really don't know if I want to watch it or not. The only way I will watch it is if I'll do a watch along with people. But I have not seen it. But things coming up on my channel before we start everything else. Next week, Thursday, will be Mr. Talks. Difference between Mr. Social Corner and Mr. Talks. If y'all new to my channel, Mr. Social Corner is mainly the topics of social news. It could be political events, it could be social events, it could be educational events. Anything that's topics, not events, topics that's online that I will discuss. It could be like a viral skit that's happening that's spraying some things about life lessons and life issues. Anything that's a social aspect of conversation, that's Mr. Social Corner. Mr. Talks is mainly the show reviews, shows, movies, reviews, documentary. That's all that. That's the Mr. Talks. And then on Sunday, every Sunday, I did my first sessions I did my first book session this past Sunday. It's called 1,000 Hours with a Rich Minutes by Jaquel J. And it was really good. We did the first 3 chapters, and I'm going to share that link with you right now so people could go into it and check out that content, because it's audio sessions, and those sessions you could just listen to. You don't have to watch me because I'm behind the screen, and I just as the story going on, I just make my commentary based on what is being stated. Let me see my book. That's what every Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will start for chapter 4 and see how long that goes. I'll be online for like 2 hours at that time on Sunday. So from 11 to like 1 o'clock, I'll be on it and we do our commentary. I appreciate the views on it. So hopefully y'all enjoying it, because that will be an ongoing thing on my channel, because I know that's one of my passions is to read. And I just wanted to share books that I'm listening to and have comments, everything, and discuss. I like that. I haven't had anybody make comments on my last thing only the chat. Shout out to Auntie Momo who made little comments towards the end. But if y'all listening, y'all have something to say, please interact. Please interact and say how you feel. So we will start this chapter 4 on Sunday, and we will continue going over that book until it's finished. And then we have another book that lined up, and we'll keep going and keep going. That's that. So that's going to be a staple Sunday thing. If we had to do another day, if Sunday is not enough, and y'all join the book, and we want to do another day, we have to discuss that. You have to let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to keep it on the Sundays and whatnot. And that's it. So next Tuesday, we're going to do next Tuesday. Next Thursday, we're going to do Mr. Talks, and we're going to talk about Married to Medicine, the last 2 episodes. Or the last 3 episodes. 4, 5, and I think 6. So, yes, those 3 episodes will be on the live next Thursday, and it will just be straight Married to Medicine. Now, my Traders Review, that will be a pre-recorded review. It will not be a live, and that will be an audio only. It means I'm not on screen when I do that review. I just give my opinion on it. It's just going to have a thumbnail. You hear my voice, and upload it, and y'all can listen to it. Y'all let me have a commentary about the episode, and let me know how y'all thoughts. All right. So y'all here? Are y'all ready? Let's get to going. It's been a lot of things that's happening. Y'all know last year I was not really into doing social news, the celebrity news, because a lot of these people online. I don't even have the mentality. I don't even have the patience to even deal with the stupidity sometimes, the idiocracy, the comments, the what they do, and people. It also the comments and people idolizing people and going back and forth with each other and not knowing these people don't even know you, and y'all have all these discourse. It just been so much. So, but I would say, you know what, this year I can get back to it, and I'm just going to discuss topics that I feel like I can discuss and I'm passionate about, and maybe give my little opinions and call it a day. It will be no going back and forth, or anybody argue with anybody down, and also like that. It's just what I feel and whatnot. And if you have a different opinion, that's fine. Just make sure you just state your opinion in a respectful way and not be rude. And I'm fine with that. And we have a community here on my channel. So on the Menzies, welcome. All right. Let's start off with something that has been crazy. Because y'all know one of the shows I review is called Love Island. I reviewed season 6. Did I review season 6? I did a short review because I watched it later on. No, I don't think I reviewed season 6, but I reviewed season 7. And I think I gave my overall review of season 6. That depends. I don't know. I don't think I showed it. But with season 7, I definitely reviewed season 7. And I also watched Love Island UK. But that season was very long, so I didn't do a review on that. So hopefully this year I could do both US and the UK. And we'll see how that goes. But I definitely will give the US. And hopefully they change the structure how they do. Because season 7, even though it was not bad, season 6 is still my top contender. That's the first season I watched Love Island. Now, the reason why I mentioned Love Island, because one of the topics we'll talk about is that when I said about people getting too invested into getting too out there with the show is just for entertainment purposes, y'all. It's not there to consume your life. Some of y'all take these shows and consume your whole well-being to the point that it disturbs your emotions, it disturbs your human beings, and the fact that you lashing out, you want to do things beyond the control over people that you only watch like an hour a week. Whether Love Island, it was a month like experiment, and you spend a whole month watching the show, and you think you too invested in that person, and you following them after the show, and then all of a sudden you get too hostile towards the people, and they're just living their lonely lives, just like you. These people might be regular people who never been on a show before, don't have a high following, get on the show, and then blew up. And you became a fame, and you like them, and you following them, and that's it. Just follow them, enjoy their stories, enjoy what it is, and move on. But people I don't know, maybe because of the state of the country, they want to escape the reality, but you escape the reality, but doing other stuff that disruptive. And now you're making people who wants to enjoy the show don't want to enjoy it anymore, don't want to watch it because of the toxicity of the fan base. You remember the time when people just watch and enjoy the show and just enjoy it? And people might have different opinions, but it was never this discourse between people's opinions. It just enjoy it, move on, had a good laugh, watch it, and move on to the next. But I don't know. These days, people consume it. Now, I said that all the same. It's a couple that arises from that show, Love Island, this recent season 7, was Nick Vanderberg, whatever his last name, Nick V. He have a long last name, but a nice, handsome white boy. And Alondria. And Alondria became the breakout star, one of the biggest glow up from Love Island history that I know of, that I started watching from. Yeah, tell me other people that got from that show and it became really big. You see her almost every day on social media and shows, doing things, sponsorships, connections, all that stuff, modeling and whatnot. You see her a lot. On top of that, she also have a public relationship with Nick that we know of. Even though they all secret, they probably they still relationship. We still following them and see how they are. And whether they get deep into the relationship or they break up or none of that, I think it's still besides the point because at the end of the day, they both is doing great for themselves. Nick was already good with his family and connections and for money. And Landria already set up. Even then, Nick did help her a little bit in the beginning. Her likability and people genuinely love her based on her realness, how she really is, how she betrayed herself, how she carried herself, and a beautiful black woman, gorgeous, and propelled herself in this industry. She came from doing an elevator business, making money, to as a content creator, 24/7. Now it's a different shift, whatnot. Now I'm gonna show a share page because that's why I'm doing all that. They all the background story. Let me see, not this one, not that one, this one. Yeah, I said to say that. You could like who you like in the show and enjoy what they give or not like. Because there'll be people that I probably don't like on these reality TV shows, but not enough that I would hate them or do anything or go on their DMs or try to find them and put out information against them. Like doing all that extraness is too much because I have my own life. Y'all life is not that important more than mine for me to consume my whole life and trying to go after you or go after fan base or whatever it is. So whether you like or not, just keep it as the show. Say what you have to say and move on. Not going stop going back and forth with people online with people that they don't deserve. You can have your little conversations, but when you can't take it to the far that you create a group chat with other people and you dislike somebody so much that you want to unalive them or have talks in doing so or put roots on a person or whatever it is because you don't like the relationship. And what about the relationship you don't like? What about that relationship that you don't like? It's fine. You don't have to love the relationship. Because a lot of relationships, like when I watch Love Island, I tell everybody who watches me, who follows me, I don't watch this Love Island show to see who make it or not. I just watch it for the entertainment value. I don't care less if they make it or they stay in a relationship together or not. Because at the end of the day, yes, it's helpful, and that's the premise of the show. It's to find love, but also people who get on the show after it finished the show, after the show finished, you get exposure. And that's when it matters for you afterwards. because your life does change a little bit. Now you're going to have more following. Now you might be doing more content creations. You probably have more sponsorships. You might have a lot of things that come from Love Island. So it's a perk of doing the kind of show like this because of the popularity it creates. So people get on the show. At the end of the day, what matters is the exposure that comes after the show. And if you find love in the process, then that's an added bonus. So with Nick and Alondra, their journey, everybody seen their journey, how it was. My stance, how I feel still stands, or how the season 7 went, or how the contestant played the game. I still didn't like it. However, it is what it is. A interracial couple, Nick and Alondra, arise from that, and they are one of the last standing couples of the season. Now, I don't know anybody else because I don't follow them. Some other people might got together, but that's besides the point because they're not here and there. But Nick and Alondra, that's what we see so far. However, people are taking it too far. Why you have so much issue with Nick that y'all decide y'all want to take it too far and hire a hitman, or allegedly want to hire a hitman? Like, what is going on? Like, I don't know what happened, but it's never that deep, y'all. It's never that deep to do so. So let's get on to this. Neighbors get into this. Fans of Love Island are going completely crazy. Ain't not even fans. That's the thing. They are fans. They are crazy fans or something like that. These kind of people are fans because no fans don't act like that. Fans who love the show, just watch the show, enjoy the content, maybe follow the people they like, make comments on the people they like the pictures, and go about their business. That's what fans are. But when you start going further than that and becoming a stand and stuff like that and doing the most, that's when you start becoming crazy. Hey, Queso, how you doing, boo? What's up? That's when you start becoming crazy because now you're taking it further than being a fan. The fan just don't go through all that. So it's supposed to be a special rule. Oh, you know, I'm still early. You know, not much people here anyway, but people listening. Right. And this is the first topic we'll talk about. When I say when people are a fan or something, I'm like for example, I'm a fan of Beyonce. That's one of my favorite artists. I also like other artists too. I'm a fan of Beyonce. She's my favorite. But I would never take it that far to be a stan in someone. She don't know me. She don't pay my bills. And all that stuff. That's I just like her music. It called about the day. But when you start standing someone, then you fighting people, you fighting her battles, you going back and forth with people online, you making all these decent statements, you do all this craziness just to fight on somebody's behalf who you don't even know. That person can make no mistakes in your eyes. You fight, you windmilling people. I said, I don't do none of that. I had people say in my face, they don't like Beyonce. I'm not a big fan. She can't sing. I said, okay, that's how you feel. I know I like her. I like her songs. She could sing to me. So if you don't feel like that, that's fine. I'm not going back and forth with you. Sure, it ain't going to stop my flow here. So like that. So you like who you like. So at the end of the day, like I said, I have like Alondra. I like Nick because how he started becoming like, at first I didn't like Nick. I ain't going to front. I love Island. I did not like Nick, how he moved, how he portrayed and stuff like that. But then later on, he redeemed himself. He got better, and especially how he treated his Alondra, how he's a standing boyfriend. So far, based on Alondra is telling us how he makes sure she signs and he don't take over the shadow light. And my only thing I was worried it was about because it's a racial relationship, and that's sometimes as Black people we have to be cautious about dating a opposite counterpart of us, race wise, because of history. So we want to make sure that person with us because, oh, you didn't. He was Dusty. He definitely was Dusty. He was. He definitely was. I ain't gonna front. I did not like him at first. I didn't like him. I ain't like Ace. I ain't like Taylor. I ain't like a lot of them over there. A lot of the boys in season 7 was. I did not think. The only one I really did like is Jeremy. That's the name, right? No, Jeremiah. Because he was not that bad. Other than that, he dealt with bad hand, dealing with that Dusty behind Hutter. Ugh. It's like that. And he's still a fine black man. He is still fine black man. I said, Jeremiah, you want somebody to come over here? That's so funny. That's not funny. But yeah, that's one I like because he was not problematic. He got dealt with bad hand, dealing with that Dusty trick. But other than that, that's that. With that being said, and I like Alondria. I did like Shelly a little bit too, but it is what it is. But those are people I had like. And so they came out, they doing their thing. He doing his thing, and she doing his thing, and they loving it. It seems like they liking each other for the time being. So y'all don't like, because what is about the relationship y'all don't like? Y'all don't like them being together because it's an interracial relationship. How dare he be with a beautiful black woman like that? But I would say at the end of the day, she did try someone who's black. And look how he showed his whole behind. He wasn't even attracted to her. And she didn't even knew that. They even knew that. Now, the way how he was moving, I feel like, girl, he was showing signs that he wasn't into you, babe. But then at the same time, he would try to act like he could try to keep you. So he would do a little breadcrumbs to keep you together. But the people are doing the most. The fact that y'all dislike this guy so much or hate him to the point so much that y'all want to hire a person to get him off the earth, and what that would do. What that would do. Other than whoever's responsible for getting that person hired, and they find out who you are, you get in trouble, you get arrested for the rest of your life for hiring someone to get or allow someone who's on you see on TV for a month. She is really flourishing, doing her thing, and I'm proud of her for that. Whether they are together or not, and even if they break up, I still gonna support them. It is what it is. So y'all want to allow him for what? So let's get to this. Let me read what I have to say. I was reading this. Let me get to the fence. Get into this. Fans of Love Island going crazy. They are not fans. They are crazy stands. Call that. A super fan, a super stan, X-Group chat has been exposed for allegedly trying to put a hit on season 7 star Nick Vasterberg. On X, one of the members of the group chat took upon themselves to expose their fellow chatters after they read some disturbing messages about wanting to take down Nick simply because they didn't like him and fellow star of Love Island, Alondria's relationship. But what would y'all like? It's not for y'all to like or not. It's not for y'all to like or not. They'll take it because they own volitions, and whether y'all want to be invested or not, it is what it is. Stop all that. They don't need y'all approval to put a stamp on their relationship. If you don't like it, oh well, be it. It's other people that you might like. Who other on Love Island do you like that you can follow? But y'all so invested in this Nick and Landry's relationship, it's become this whole people fan base on any opposites. People who for Nick and Landry, people who's against Nick and Landry. It's this whole discourse back and forth with everybody after the show ended, and it's never stopping. That's why I said some shows it's like it started getting displeased to watch, just interesting to watch because not just a show, people the fan base is getting crazy. And sometimes that makes the show so it's hard for you to want to enjoy it if you got people who just toxicity like that. So what was the point that you don't like the relationship that you got to go that far? Because what? If you don't like it, you don't like it, just move on. You don't have to be doing all this extra stuff in the chat. So in alleged messages, multiple accounts were caught saying they wanted Nick to go on to glory, and they were allegedly conspiring to hire hitmen off eBay or Etsy. Oh, not the low budget ones. Ugh. They also talked about potentially getting a hacker to get into his email to find nefarious things or hiring a witch to put a curse on him and his family. So y'all want to hire a hitman from eBay or Etsy. Then you want to, like, really, like, come on, like, what kind of stupidity are we doing here? Like that. And then you want to get a hacker to get on his emails to find some things. What are you trying to find? Something compromising about him? So you can leak out there? That is dangerous territory. You're trying to do all that. Child. Let me make something for real quick. If I wanted to see something out of Nick, I want to see what he's packing. What he's slanging. Okay, he said they ain't calling him no big something for no reason. I know that's right. Dealing with a gorgeous laundry, you need to be doing something, banging it down. And he tall as hell. I didn't realize how tall Nick is. I said, damn. I said, where you got that damn tall? I know that's right. The tallest to climb the tree on. You know. You gonna release something? Release that. Let me see how long, Julian. What you doing, girl? Yes. And they loved them. His family loved her down. And like I said, Alondra is a smart woman. She will know. Oh, you never know. You will never know. Because they got mastered. Yes. Big Belgium. I want to see something. If you go lick something, let's see some of that. Because I'll be like, ooh, okay. Okay, girl. But that's sort of fun. But yeah, that it could be. I don't think she would be with someone that she felt like their family is the uncut racist. Because a lot of them do master really well being with someone who they really hate, have children with them and everything, and they secretly hate them. So I'm pretty sure, like I think she said, she had numerous conversation with him, a new conversation with him, and also vetting the family and see how they are towards, maybe look at their social, look at that thing. I would be investigating if I were Landria in a secret way to find out if I see any indication that they could be against me. But I feel like she's a smart woman. She could see if something's like amiss with them. But I don't think that's happening. I think they really do genuinely love this girl. I like her and embracing her. And Nick does play right and do what he's doing for Alondra. That's how it goes. So, yeah, I was like, let them be. So y'all upset because this person, and it's crazy that y'all, I don't know who is, all these people is like that. Y'all want her to be with a black man so bad, but sometimes in society, the black guys don't step up to the plate for our beautiful black women. They don't. They don't. They want to use them. Yeah, being from Atlanta, I think she would definitely feel or see it. And Mama Alondra wouldn't go for that. Exactly. Wouldn't go for it at all. And Alabama, she knows the signs because there are a lot of people down there is definitely are. So she could be aware. That's what I'm saying. As long as they have conversations and she feels secure that he will not betray her or secretly hates her or nothing like that, or defend her when she needs to be in that aspect. Because at the end of the day, the country favors him more than her. It is what it is. That's the fact. No, I ain't going back and forth with nobody about that. That's history. Let's learn our history. It's like that. So they were hacking and do all the his family. Like, what his family had to do with, like, y'all stop it. And so sometimes it takes the opposite kind of. That's why I tell my females, like my friends, like that. Don't be race loyal. I know we want to. It's great. It'd be great if it works. But sometimes staying loyal to your own is a detrimental because you go block your blessing for someone who could really care and genuinely flourish and care about you. And sometimes, say this, hate to say it, the opposite counterparts, the white people or Asian, whatever it is, will love our black, beautiful women more or better than our own. That was. That was. And that's rightfully so. Than our own. And it sucks to see it. Of course, we want to grow up together with our own kind, raise children, keep it in a generational family because we understand each other, we understand the struggles, but doesn't mean that the ally or anybody else will not understand either. And they could do way better job in giving what you need than for the person if we want to stay loyal to our own race. It is. So I'm a big component of interracial relationship if it works, but it had to have conversations on both ends. There's a line. It has been crossed. The ex-user who exposed the chat said in a statement, "That's this stop being fandom drama. The moment death threats and talk of hiring him into the conversation. Multiple fandoms, one group chat. Every person in it witnessed what was said. At this point, there isn't sides based on opinions or ships. There are only two sides left. The side that draws a line at violence and the side that stays silent while it was discussed. Right now, it's unclear if Nick will take a legal action against these fans. It's safe to say, though these people are crazy, it's never that serious. Thoughts, neighbor. Listen, that chat would have been disbanded, trying to find out counts, get them off the social media, get them off, put them in a social media jail. I mean, they could create an account. Like, it is what it is. But they should block the emails they're creating accounts from. It's like, I don't know, he's trying to go that far, but at the same time, that is way too much. So there's a line, and of course, this stop being for fandom drama at the moment. Yes. At this point, okay, I read that. Choose what side are you on carefully. The appropriate authorities have been notified. Attached are the names of everyone who was present in the chat. Screenshots exist. Accountability exists. And what's said in private never stays there. Exactly. It never stays private. Yeah, they want the exotic, right? They want the exotic woman. They want the exotic. That's all they said. Oh, I like to be an exotic woman. And exotic ones think they better than one. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm the spicy like you. He gonna be what this and he gonna treat me and treat you the same thing. Do all that man because I'm like excited. I'm a spicy mommy and I said that and he gonna treat me like that because he like all this, and they treat you the same thing. And now you crying and you want some sympathy from us, and we all like, oh well, you thought it was better, so I mean we gonna put you down because we know, but we try to tell you, but you think you better. So y'all, when you watch these shows, please leave it as that. Just leave it as that. Just leave it at that. Just watch a show, have your opinion, have your little commentary. Hey, how you doing? May you give me mod? I don't understand what you mean. That's just keep it as that. I may be passionate about some topics. I may be like when I review these shows, I may be hype up and everything. But once I stop the live, once I stop that live, that's that. That's it. I move on to the next until the next episode comes. I talk about that, and that's that. Once the show is finished, I move on. I don't got time going back and forth. Me, man, could talk and still talk about it, have a little different opinions, as long as you're respectful. And that's what all it stops. It starts and stops at. It could be never be that deep for y'all to go that far and doing the people that you don't even know. They don't even know that you exist. So I don't understand what's going on. Maybe y'all bored at home or wanted to find something to do. Find something to do. That's why we got so many catfishes out there. Because they people staying at home creating being bored, miserable lives and creating discourse on the channel, on social media. It's of course chaos. So just leave it as that. Why? Why? Just like some of my favorite shows I used to watch a lot. I had stopped watching them because of the toxic fan base and the shows getting crazy. Like Potomac was one of my favorite. Never Marriage Huntsville was one of my favorite. And those two shows, I dropped them. I've dropped them. I don't care how I like them so much. I don't care. I will drop you when it get crazy and stupid with the fan base, the toxicity, the show being going left and look, it's acting stupid. The direction is done. I don't got time. I'm not consuming it to the point that I don't think I have Love and Marriage Huntsville on my Twitter timeline. I think I blocked the hashtag. I don't want to see it because y'all acting really stupid about it. But told me after when everybody heard a fight happened in that season, I said, "Oh hell, nope, nope, we don't want to see that." And look what happened. All the Love of Hip Hop heads flocked to Potomac, and now that got derailed. And now season six of Love Island. Love Island was one of those hidden gem shows that I had never heard of. People who enjoy Love Island watch it for years because it was like a secret gem that was very popular, but not too popular that it caused too many heads on it. But it was very popular that it continued, and people enjoyed the show. Then all of a sudden, season six just blew up. More eyes came to that show, and season six kind of blew in the pocket of water and made more eyes onto the show because how great it was. Then season seven, the toxicity just grew from there. It started from season six too, but it just grew from there. Exactly. They still talk about that freaking episode to this day. It's still going back and forth. Who was right? Who was wrong? Who was this? Is that? All that. I said, listen. At the end of the day, I'm about to be 40 next month. None of us be fighting like that. So y'all getting online, act like y'all thugs. Y'all ain't fighting like that in your real life. So get up the hell out of here. We ask people who, when they last time they had a fight, some of them probably will say recently, but a lot of them probably say high school or middle school or whatnot. And yeah, but the one most fights they have is arguments, but they ain't going to go toe to toe, thumb it down like they freaking no shoes and brawl kind of stuff. So all that extra stuff, I said I would stop and listen to all that. I said y'all doing way too much. Cause y'all not doing all that. Y'all not really doing all that. So just keep it as the show as it is, and don't go even too far. So trying to do a hitman, trying to hire hacker, trying to do all that, trying to do death threats, going people DMs, DMing them, and putting hate messages about them. I said all that is whack. Why y'all doing that? Just stop it. It's just ridiculous. Even my small platform, if y'all last watching me, hopefully y'all listen to what I'm saying. Just stop it. Just enjoy the show and move on. And hopefully when we watch season 8, it go back to hire regular people. No more fake influencers. Regular people. Oh, let me go for this. Stop sharing. Regular people, and we can join us live. Chad, but last time I had a fight was in middle school. Middle school. I'm about to be 40 right now. I'm not fighting like that. Did I have disagreements with people every now and then up to my 40? Yes. But I'm not going to the point to we thumping. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not a fighter. So I'm not doing all that extra stuff. Nah. You go ahead. You won. Yeah, go ahead. You won. Just move on. Go ahead. You won. I don't have time for all that. Right? Nobody's doing all that. Everybody act like, oh, if this was like me, I'd be like, I said, girl, stop. Yes. I'm gonna join next season. I don't know, because the way how the fan base is all going, it's like crazy. Now Love Island getting really toxic, and that's crazy. Then we get to this point. So please, let's get the regular people and we get some sane people. But no, there's more eyes on the show. It's going to become worse and worse, and it's going to be difficult to contain and enjoy the show. Even people who enjoy Love Island before I started watching it, is starting not to like it because of the fan base. It's like ridiculous. The Hooda people. Now, what happened to everybody who was Hooda fans? After Hooda got dropped left and right for her doing that dusty stuff in the figure online, we don't hear her from her since. Or the Hooda rats. Where y'all been? Are y'all hiding? Where y'all at? Child, they move off. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Y'all doing all that. For what? Capable for a person who capable for. And when they drop in the back hat, you don't see them anymore. Then you move on. Like, no, just keep it as it is. See how they are and move on. All right, that's Love for Love Island. That's what I watch. We will watch Love Island season 8 this year, and I will review it. Hopefully, it's better, and hopefully, these people do not start trying to dictate how the game should be. Let everybody do it. I want the people to be like how 66 was. They all join. They all do how they do their journey on their own kind of pace, but also support each other. And that's how season 6 worked. The girls, the ladies supported each other, even though they may have little disagreements and little cattiness, and like the majority supported each other by going through the experiment. And the men too. The men enjoyed each other, they helped each other, whatever, and they bonded. Some had little cliques. They bonded, but they still all genuinely supported each other. And move on in the process. And UK, forget about the UK. Those people in UK, they cutthroat. They don't care, and I like that. I said, this supposed to be a process for us to try to find love? I'm gonna talk to your person. I'm gonna tell you I'm talking about. I'm going on about it later. One guy named Connor, he switched freaking partners or couples, like he was switching his drawers. He had the most couple pairing throughout the whole history of season. Everybody else, and I know that's right. But whatever. But that's Love Island. I just say it gets to a point that y'all doing way too much for these Love Island people. Let's just stop it. Just stop. Cut it. Just support them, enjoy, like the pictures, and move on. All right, let's move on to that. All right. I'm going to share because I did not get all the evidence, all the stuff like that when this happened. But what I'm going to share one of my favorite YouTubers and that she had talked about this, and I'm going to share that so y'all can get the full scope of all the things that was talked about. and why I just gave my own opinions of it. So this is time. And this is the first topic she talked on her live. So you don't have to wait too much. This Bondi's guy. All right. So y'all remember, it's a streamer. I've been watching these little streamers like the Kai and all that people, the streamers, because it doesn't interest me. Let them have their own audience. So if they are successful in the streaming, let them be. It's not for me. But I will say this. One of the topics I'm really passionate to talk about is, essay and talk abuse and everything, because, I grew up watching it. I grew up watching, seeing my mother being abused, all that stuff. I talked about it numerous times on my channel. So I'm kind of like really empathetic of people who are going through this, because it's like, it's very difficult to deal with something if you have been a victim of it. It's very hard. Sometimes it takes people years to get over it. It takes people a while to cope with that. So even with years of therapy session, it's a hard mental break in that person. It breaks them mentally, sometimes physically, emotionally. But it breaks them. Whatever kind of thing it impacts your livelihood of your living. And that's what the effects of abuse happens. When it affects your course of living based on something that's been affected the most, which is your emotions, on the mental ability, your financial, social, anything that's severely impacted because you went through a traumatic experience. With that saying all that, Tyrell James was accused for allegedly essaying Jordan. I think she's another streamer as well, like that. So all that details I know, they was at a party and everything. Tyler James had a girlfriend at the time, and I guess the girlfriend called and whatnot, and I called it to him. Jordan started acting funny, and so he started recording. And I guess based on what happened, Jordan alleged that he essayed her, and I think she filed a lawsuit against him. He's denying that ever happened and whatnot. But what I'm saying, based on evidence that he showed on his stream of that, the recording sounded like she was not in her right mind. It sounded like she was inebriated. It sounded like she was like, I never had, she's basically saying she never had a one night stand with somebody that she just met. According to her, you took advantage of her while she's wasn't on my right mind of consent. According to him, she consented. A lot of stuff like that. We don't know who's right or wrong. At the end of the day, the receipts also explained that, how she got an Uber ride home. He got a specific Uber ride, but she didn't want to get in that ride and whatnot. She said, I'm not this type of ride kind of chick and get this ride. And then on her way home, I summarized a lot of things. That's what I say. Y'all follow the details on that live. I'm summarizing. She realized her phone is missing and whatnot. I think some back and forth conversations happening. He didn't want to take no accountability of what's happening. They didn't want to apologize and whatnot. Yeah, she definitely sounded out of it. Yes. Stephanie, when you listen to the voice, it sounded like someone who could not consent, and she just was like, what the hell happened? What's going on? So then she go back and whatnot. Then she asked for $2,000. I guess maybe because of the price of the phone, whatever it is, that's missing or whatever, it was $2,000. But the fact that he would be difficult, he didn't want to apologize and stuff like that, make it seem like she's lying and stuff like that. So she went ahead for the lawsuit. And people go to attack her, saying like she's a liar because she asked for money. I'm going to talk about all that, because if people start acting like because a victim asked for money or something like that, it is a money grab. They just want their pockets, why the law. So I said, sometimes victims don't want to go to that whole process of lawsuits and getting a lawyer and going to pleas and all that stuff, because it could be very damaging to them, because sometimes they might be treated or if they get an examination and um not being heard or listened to or believed and whatnot, and going to the thing and all that stuff. You traumatize yourself. Sometimes they just want to let it go, and all it takes for a simple like a solution. Sometimes they probably will ask for an apology, or sometimes just knowledge that you did to give them money or whatever it is to let it go away, and they could go away. Sometimes it takes that, but when you be difficult, don't want to go that, it had to go to that point. They will go that point. But I'm not saying I want to say to that. All that asking for the money, $2,000 for the phone, and the text messages, and all that stuff did not convince me that it did not happen. Also, it tells me that none of us are there or was there at happening. So I'm just saying that if she accused him, it's a possibility it didn't happen. There's no possibility it didn't happen, but we not there, so we cannot definitely say it did not happen. And people go online automatic like say, oh, she's an automatic liar. How you know that? Yes. Because when they were going back and forth, because he mentioned something like, oh, she went straight to social media. I said, no, I think you had a conversation before that. She didn't go straight to social media. I think she went to social media because it's the age of social media now that before social media was not heavy, but now it is. So people will explain things and put things out there because things build traction on social media now than it was before. And let me tell my story. It may reach out to other people. It may help me better. And all she wanted to, I think she based on basically all she really wanted to, based on the receipts that he but because she said, why you lose you should have had some integrity in the first place. None of us want to go for it. Integrity meaning that if you didn't take advantage of me when I was not in my right mind of consent, then we wouldn't even go and be in here right now. And then she said, don't let these people lose your morality, meaning that if she's asking for your morals or why you lose your morals and she's questioning your moral, it's because a right moral person will recognize that maybe, you know what, maybe I did misconstrue your consent or I misread your consent and I apologize. And what can I do to make it right? And I think based on what the text messages and everything say, that would have been enough. That would have been enough. But he could not fathom that if he apologized, then this would be no other way. Yes, basically, she basically saying that. She would have said, okay, he took accountability. He know he messed up. I don't want to go through all that. I just gonna be it. But when you try to be difficult and doing like that and make it seem like I'm messing up and I'm trying to destroy your relationship and no one all of a sudden call me an automatic liar, knowing that what happened, and I just know nobody will sleep with someone, just sleep with someone, then yes, money is probably the end goal. And I don't understand what people are talking about. Because when you sue someone, you normally get a money reward, all right? So money is not a thing. Let's do this. Let's say in a court system, instead of getting a cash award at the end of the thing, once you found the person found guilty and liable of what they did to you, they just issue an apology and that's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. Went through months of trial, and the only end reward is just get the apology. No money involved. I had to go through all this paying all these lawyer fees, all that stuff like that, all that craziness, emotional turmoil, maybe losing work, great money or work. Come here, and the only end goal is just apology. That's going through the court system. So everybody make it seem like, oh, this happened, and listen, you took advantage of me, you go pay up. That's what it is. And sometimes the statute of limitations pass. Depends how long they take away, and they take from them to come forward. This criminal statute of limitations of the criminal case probably pass, so you only could do civil. And civil cases or money cases, right? You get money at the end of it. Does it take away things? But it definitely helps. No. If you're not going to jail, then cash, bitch, give me. Exactly. Give me. But I want people to stop doing this. I want people to start being the middle ground of things and not automatically dismiss the person who accusing someone of SA. Just because you may like the person or you don't think they will do something like that. Y'all don't even know these people from can of paint. Y'all don't even know them. Y'all don't know them. So when y'all had this mindset, oh, she asked for $2,000 and that's no, she was not asking just for $2,000. She was asking for that because this my phone messed up, is missing, can't find a phone. Give me the $2,000. So you want to do that and you want to apologize, then it's gonna be suing. I think is if the evidence really supports that this person was just out there, was lying on the person and just wanted money, then you could say that. But you cannot 100% say that based on the evidence that he presented to show that she automatically lying just because she asked for $2,000 for like a phone or something. That does not negate of him still doing the SA. That's a separate entity. That's a separate issue, the phone. But what they had to do with him doing what he did when she allegedly suing for? She ain't suing for the phone. So when a victim says they are SA, I will believe them. I usually will believe the victims more until further things comes out that will make me say, okay, you know what, something going on. And like I said, y'all don't believe me, watch a fictional show called Law and Order SVU. Olivia Benson. I love that show. Usually when victim come forward, she will believe them. Until things come out further wise, that she confront them of them lying to her or whatever. But usually you don't want to be the person that the person don't trust and cannot come to you when they tell you about something like that. Because the moment you straight dismiss what they say, that's the moment they will not trust you anymore. They will never trust you anymore. They will never go to you or trust you at all. The relationship with you and that person will be forever broken. That's what sometimes family members don't talk to each other right now, or children don't talk to their family members right now because something happened to them when they were young, and they reach out to the family members, and the family members don't believe that person and believe the abuser, and that person still in that person's face. So that person being upset, messed up throughout his whole life, and then you wonder why that person are angry with their family member, they don't want to talk to them. Oh, she being difficult. No, she not being difficult, or he not being difficult. You have the person who freaking did that to them in their fucking face in the family function, and y'all want to act like this person crazy. So usually when somebody comes to you, I say disbelieve them until things further otherwise. And let's be in that room with them, we cannot automatically say that person is lying or not. Like, she accused him. She said he did it. He said he did it. Both of them cannot be a liar. So either it happened or it didn't happen, and up to the court to figure that out. But us cannot automatically say she automatically, lying, he didn't do it, and that's it. How do we know? But the receipts that presented does not negate the fact that he possibly could have done it, allegedly could have done it. The audio tape of her being groggy sounds to me that she was not in her right mind. She reached out to you a couple of times. She wants you to correct it or at least apologize and took accountability. If you don't want to apologize, at least I'll know you're accountable for what you have done, or at least what she asked for apology, and be acknowledged of what you have done. And all this stuff, you wouldn't have been going through a court case or none of that right now. She would just let it go. Because sometimes these victims don't want to go through all of that. They really don't. But if they had to, she will have. If they had to, they will have to. To get you to finally listen and take this seriously. And she does. She does. Because you don't want to get to the point they say that person's lying. It's like that everybody come on her page. Now she has to be responsible and lashing out on people because y'all figure y'all crazy. You did this. And she bashing him and all that stuff. So she hurt. Maybe call him a little big and all that stuff like that. You know, people say a lot of things might hurt. And then classic abusers. I have a mother. I have a sister. I have a niece. And you think you're going to do this for me? I have a mother. Don't they all have mothers? Diddy has a mother. And he got daughters. And he still did that to Cassie and everybody else. And I said, yes, he did it. And what it is what it is. Exactly. If you go to possibly, yes, that's what she asked. And she asked if you apologize, it would have went away. Oh, you think of the essay? I said listen. At the end of the day, nobody. How people process being assaulted and abused are different. There's no one cookie cutter rubric of how someone handled it. Everybody had this one little mindset of a perfect victim and how they should act and how they should be and whatnot. Oh, you can't ask for money. You should be docile. You can't be fighting back. Why you not crying? Why you didn't mean to leave? Why you didn't know this? All that why of the victim. But now, what the fuck you did? Why you had to do that? Which is crazy. And that's what I'm saying. It's crazy now. It's crazy in the world. It's like, well, people right now are ready to get bust wide open. They're ready for a man or woman or two. They ready for a woman to open their legs. They're ready for a man. I'm being vocal. We're going here. People are home right now wanting some love and human affection right now. If you willing to give them time and say yes, they're ready to have sex with you. Willingly. You don't have to have no pressure. People right now, I need a man to blow my back out. I need a woman to feel my knees. I don't want a woman to give me that gawk and all that stuff. That's it. There be right now a wanted human connection. Well, you don't even have to struggle for consent. They're willing to give it. But yeah, you want to take it for someone who normally won't give you anything. So that's the challenge to take it. I don't never understand that logic. I will never understand that logic. So it's not about consent. It's about control and power. That's what it is. Because I know normal circumstances, you probably won't even never go for me. So I had to take it to get it from you. Extremely different. A person won't know for real unless they experience it. Is such a weird feeling. Exactly. They will not know unless they go through it. And it's sad that you have to go through it to even try to have sympathy for a person. Because all right now, everybody's judging. Why should they leave? Why should they do that? Why should they? I said, everybody experience things differently. Some people might get more affection for the person who abused them because at the end of the day, their mind got fucked up. So they might continue to go after the person and have sex with the person, even though that person has done something. It doesn't negate the fact they did it. So sometimes they become hypersexualized. Hypersexuality sometimes derives from someone who's being abused. Not all the times, but sometimes it does. Some people get withdrawn. Some people fight back. Some people distance themselves. Some people be angry. Some people be crying. People experience things differently. Some people say they want some vengeance. I say, listen, you did something to me, you paying up. So yes, I'm going to ask for some money. I want to ask for something like that. You need to pay up. Some people may take a while to open up. They probably would keep them a secret. Some people will say something right away. But sometimes we also know by you speaking up, sometimes it doesn't always work in your favor. Hey, we seen it recently in a documentary. Some people spoke up and then got their cases dismissed. People got paid off, so they was not believed, even though they was probably telling the truth all the time. Because money talk, people paid it, they read their thing, and then they got in trouble over the person who actually supposed to be in trouble. Or now they got to do with something. It had no justice out of it, even though they actually had the truth. They actually had the truth, no, the proof, and they was telling the truth. Because someone who's more powerful paid off the person, and now the person who don't have the money is freaking messed up. So sometimes people don't want to go through that, or they speak up. They go to the police station. They criticize it. They feel like they the freaking feel like, damn, I'm the one who's supposed to be getting help, or you coming down on me like I did something to you. They make them feel like they worse. They don't make them feel welcome and feel they gonna get help. They feel like they're getting criticized because they might know the person you accusing of. So now they thinking that you on the main line, so they probably want to help you. They probably give you a whole run around. People go through a lot of experiences when they are when they come forward of being an SA. Instead of being a country or whatever it is that people will automatically believe them unless it's too further otherwise, a lot of people are felt scrutiny and judged because they came forward. So sometimes people don't come forward right away. And sometimes people do come forward and things will happen. So when everybody come out with a dusty ass mouth saying, why y'all wait 20 years? Why y'all wait 10 years to say shit? So can you ask me that question? Why they take motherfucking men whatever. Experience something and people close to me will never know. I won't ever tell or discuss it. That's what I'm here with it right now. Yes, some people will never say nothing. You keep it as it is. Because if you say something, then you get the whole full of the whole thing. Why you ain't saying nothing? Why you speaking up? I don't believe you. That never happened. And then you don't want to go through that. Because now it's like, damn, might as well I shouldn't even say shit. And I don't need all y'all extra opinions. Because at the end of the day, it ain't happened to you. So you don't get to tell me how I should feel or what the hell I should experience or how I should deal with it. I don't see nobody saying, why does it take men never to even be there for the kids? Can they never be there? Why men have children and I'm there for their children? Y'all gonna ask over that question. So how long it finally take a man to realize they have children out there and they create the children? They should be there for children's lives. Some of them will go their whole life and not even been there for the children's lives. For years and years and years. Yeah, I'm going to condemn that person. Y'all came to the person who stayed and got stuck with the children, but the person who was absent on this time. Y'all don't have no smoke for that person, but you have the smoke for the person who stayed. But then also now the flip side, you have all the smoke for the person who's the victim, but not the person who's an abuser. Make that make sense? I said that's crazy. It's weird how these people believe things. So I say all that to say, we are not there at that experience when this happened, so we cannot automatically say that this person is lying or not. And then all the people going online acting like this girl is a straight liar, or because she reached out, talked to them, or she went back over there, or she needs something, or that she wanted an apology, and she asked for $2,000. It's just a money grab. I said, fuck out of there. None of that negate what she accused him of. Unless you give me evidence that say otherwise, whether it's like video evidence or saying something like that, audio, something in the room, or anything that explains that it didn't happen, y'all cannot automatically say it did not happen. It could possibly, it could possibly what she accused him of doing, he did it, and it's possibly that he did not do it. But we cannot automatically say that it did not happen. But people online know for a fact she lying and he's telling the truth. I said, I don't know how y'all know that, but it's crazy. But y'all caping for people. Now, if you have a different opinion, you're well and welcome, but be respectful. Let's move on from that. I just want to say that because that's my overall thoughts about it. Because at the end of the day, it's let them go through it. Like I said, sometimes it just take a simple approach. If they reach out for you for something simple thing, and you did something to them, and they reach out, and it's only take that simple thing. Sometimes if you do that act, they would normally let it go. They would let it go and move on about their lives. They don't want to go through all the scrutiny and public opinions, all that stuff. That sometimes that takes on top of their own feelings of inferiority, of being mistreated, or something that's taken away from them. Now they're all fucked up in their head and have to go through that and go through a public opinion. A lot of people don't want to go through that. So they rather not deal with that. And some people will like that and like the going back and forth because they're going to tell their story. They're going, I don't care what nobody say, and I'm going to say it, and then they're going to get the justice. Some people be fighters like that, but some people don't like that. A lot of people don't want to go through all that. So they want a simple, fast approach or something. Sometimes a simple apology and acknowledgement goes a long way for these people because they say, you know what, I appreciate you. You did that. I can move on. I can try and get my own help, go to therapy, and that will be easy, but whatever. You make amends. You tell me you hurt me. You realized it. I can move forward. Sometimes it takes that. Or some people want to go for money. Pay me up. And sometimes that helps too. Or some people want to go justice. It depends on the person. But I'm not going to condemn nobody how they act and how they move or being hurt because nobody are the same. And there's no one cookie cutter explanation or something. That's why I hate people saying, oh, that person ain't innocent. What innocent had to do with anything? If they've been abused, what the innocence had to do with it? It doesn't take away that it happened to them. So why the person, oh, this person ain't innocent. I hate what everybody loves to say, Cassie not innocent, Cassie not innocent. And it's been proven evidence that what she's saying was true by multiple people and evidence of video and anything else. All that's just backed up by what she's saying. But people still saying, oh, it's not innocent. She's not innocent. She not, it can. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Y'all love saying that. Because y'all want to be next to him. Go to put money in his books and go do conjugal visits. So y'all like to be like to him so very much. F out of here. All right, let's move on. Speaking of more, no, we'll go back to that. Let's go back to that. No, know what? Let's go on. Let's do this Tyler Perry thing one. Let's do this. I'm here, y'all. Y'all still here. I know we still talking. Don't get scared now. Child. It's all. Hey, listen. It's another one I'm gonna say. You know what? At the end of the day, I cannot automatically say that he did not do it. Let's be for real, because too many people's coming forward, and I'm not saying there's a wave of people that want to come forward. At the end of the day, not all these people lying on him. Not all these people lying on him. Because some people lying, maybe, but not all. So I feel like it may be some smoke or where there's fire. There may be. Because we hear about these stories for a while now about him. And I don't care about none of that, how people feel about him playing as Medea. I know the rumors came from he playing as a woman or something like that. That's something different. It is what it is. At the end of the day, he plays a character more popular, and made him became who he is. It is what it is. But I'm saying, as a person of power, when you have money, when you have this, and how we see how he moves and how things going, it just put perspective of he could still be a well-respected man and paying people for their worth, like Taraji and stuff like that. That's why he's well-known actors that he paid for their worth. So yeah, it doesn't take away from that. But at the same time, let people who's not like Taraji's status or Cicely Tyson's status or somebody who got high status who deserves their payment they worth, because not have the access like that people who probably won't be believed as other people who might come forward. Like when Christian Keys came out, now he never gave us a name. Now we're gonna talk about Christian Keys about his comment about that, the writing of all the policemen. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But when he came out that time, and he broke like the internet when he said, I think it was 2 years ago. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago. When he came forward, it says a producer did this, he got evidence and tapes and everything, trying to touch him and all that stuff. He said all that, and everybody trying to speculate who he's talking about. He never gave us a name, and I was saying that I believe him. Like I said, I believe the people who come out with their photos, their stories, unless statements otherwise. I said I believe him, and if he wants to give a name, he don't have to give a name. It's up to him. When he's ready to give a name, he can. If he doesn't, it is what it is. At the end of the day, the experience is what it is. But other people are also saying that, oh, well, something happened, give the name so we know who the person is, so we could, that person, everybody could step forward or whatever it is. We know. So I understand what people might say, give us a name so we know who it is. So other people might watch out for that person because they might be going to do the same thing. But he never gave. But after that, we never heard from this. We never heard from that story again. We didn't even know what happened or like that. It seemed like I don't know what happened. Maybe the person he maybe alleged of, and people may think it was TP. Probably paid him off or something like that, because after that, that's it. We hear from that no more. There was no updates on trial. Because remember, he said he was going to police. He got records. He got evidence. He was going in. He go get this investigated. After that happened, it just dropped. It just dropped. And I said, "Ooh, what happened?" And like I said, remember I tell you, sometimes it takes that. If people don't want things out, they probably pay you off or whatever it is to keep you quiet or everything, whatever agreement you had. It is what it is. I say that to say that. When Christian Keys came out and when he said what he said, people assumed that it's Tyler. He was believed because one, he was a well-respected man. People knew who he is. He's an attractive black man. Oh my! Oh, let me start, y'all. Attractive man. He's he's not problematic as we know of. He does movies. We see him in movies, see him in shows and whatnot, series. He wrote the book All the Queen's Men, one of my favorite shows on BET Plus right now, On the Queen's Men. And he's the author of the book. He wrote the first season, something like that. And that's what it was. So people believed him. So everybody was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And people was understanding what's on his side. I see a lot of people say, oh, it didn't happen. Why are you saying that? Why are you trying to? And maybe a few people might say that. But majority of people believe them. So it built so much traction, we haven't heard from him since after he came forward. And that's his story. We can never say it did not happen because that's what he experienced. Now when we have people who's not as high status as them, like this guy and another person who came forward, and who knows how many other people might stay forward. He has a tendency of using his power to do things. So I'm not going to be here and trying to defend nobody because I don't know who he is. When you have actors who need help and everything, and you not paying, well, you paying whatever you need to pay, but you're not doing that much of giving like at least health insurance. It's like that. Because you notice that when how he moves, like, y'all notice that every time he has a project, that motherfucker speeds up that shit. We hear it get filmed in 2 days. We get that whole movie got filmed in like a whole week, or filming in like 4 days, and that's that. I said, what the hell is going on? Why is you rushing like a fucking? You got somewhere to go? Take your time. Why are you rushing? Again, I realize when people who have a lot of money, allegedly, and that's like that, we've seen it. And when people have a lot of money and they know how to cut corners so they could keep their money to themselves and not pay as much for the people who they hire as for them, like musicians or artists. It's like that. We've seen it. They reap all the benefits for themselves. And yes, they may do some humanitarian things or do what he did, like for Taraji and everything, and pay for his worth and give people black jobs. And he could do all that. But also he could do another thing as well. And we cannot separate that for that. Just because he does that, it negates what other stuff that he do. If people saying what he's doing, it's a possibility that he did what they're saying he's doing. It's a possibility. None of us is there to even know. So when we saying that how people coming forward or that he asking for money or for health insurance or something like that, and need help and everything, it does not negate what he been alleged to. So I don't care what nobody say. Oh, he reached out, he needed money, something like that. Because if you was a person standing and when you hire employees, sometimes employers supposed to cover health insurance. So when you have somebody under you for a certain amount of hours, especially in a union, active union, that's why a lot of actors want to get to the union so they can get protected and get the rights, right? When you have them hired for a certain amount of hours, you're supposed to get them under contract, whatever, they're supposed to get them health insurance or money or something like that so they can afford insurance. So that's what sometimes I think that he rushes projects, allegedly, that's what I'm thinking, I don't know if it's true, to avoid doing so. Once it gets a certain amount of hours, that's that. So that's where you have some shows that last a long time, a few, but then some shows it just ends quickly. Like I believe Sisters. Sisters has been on for like this is like a 10 or might be 11 season, 10 season right now. About to be season 10. I believe this person, because the amount of hours he put in the show and everything, they probably good at showings. There's one of the well-running shows. But some like movies is like that that's so quick and one and done. Oh, we having this. We shooting it for 2 days. That's it. 3 is 2 days. That's it. That's all. Not more than that. To cut corners. So a person who is accused of being groped, essayed by his opposition. And also we gotta understand, we have a employer who popular like Tyler or like a Diddy or something like that. People don't understand the power dynamics. It's power. The power dynamics. He's my boss. He employed me and everything, and I'm just making it big. And he's a gateway for me to make it big. And if I do something against what he want me to do, or if I don't do what he want me to do, that I could lose my opportunity. This is like sometimes this is my mentality of people whose hunger for who want to be famous, and have someone who they look up to, give them an opportunity. So that's what he would say. Oh, he has somebody who he could get the big break and whatnot and everything. And then sometimes he gets in trouble, like the other guy, the one that was on the other person who accused him of something. He was on the Oval, right? Some of the text messages, it's like was inappropriate for an employee even talking to an employee. Employee talk to employee. And some of the messages was inappropriate. Point blank period. It was. Why are we having this level of conversation with each other? To that degree. And I don't think these people are trying to out him or whatnot. They just talk about they something that being be harmed about. They're coming forward of something that was done to them that was not their consent. And I don't care how long it took for them to say nothing and whatnot, because you cannot determine when somebody processed their traumatic experience and how when they won't come forward. And sometimes it's harder for men to come forward because of stigmatization. Oh, he did it. You're a man. Why you didn't fight back? That's one misconception. Why you didn't fight back? Like old men's fights. Oh, you didn't fight back. You should never get to that point. Fight back. Oh, why he let overpower you? A man. So that's one thing. Oh, you must be gay. You must have liked it. Or go you gay. Or men can't be victims. All that rhetoric. This is a lot of stuff that why a lot of men don't come forward because of the scrutiny that comes from it. The judgment. The compliment. So, something about Tyler and what he does to these people is like that he did the text messages friendly. He do back and forth with them because the text messages that he put out there, at the end of the day, y'all have to be smarter than that. Sometimes those text messages that his team put out to try to discredit a person could be doctored. He could probably took some of his responses out to make it seem like he just pressing with him and he basically was responding back to him. Come on now. Because making sense in his freaking YouTube page, he has like a document, like a court document, like you can check up online. It's probably free. And it was more to what was said than what we seen. It was more going back and forth. So I'm not going to say this person is lying or the last person is lying because it's Tyler Perry. No. We don't know who he is at the end of the day. If you take something from me and you did something to me, you're going to have to pay up. Point blank, period. If you my gateway and I ask you for help or something like that, then it is what it is. You had no problem texting me and trying to come to your freaking bungalow, whatever it is, or freaking late at night, have a drink with you or shit. But yeah, when I need something, you can't do that. Fuck out of here. So, neighbors. Tyler Perry's second sexual essay accuser is speaking out. Mario Rodriguez is now claiming that text messages showing him allegedly begging for Tyler Perry for money actually prove his point. If you recall, after news broke that Rodriguez was suing Tyler Perry at Lionsgate for $77 million, a series of text messages were released that quickly went viral. In the messages, Rodriguez is allegedly seen asking Perry for money due to dental issues he says he was experiencing. In one message, he reportedly wrote, "I don't want to get sepsis and be unalive like my dad." After social media a user called him out for panhandling, Rodriguez pushed back, claiming the messages actually support his allegations and raised questions about why Perry was financially assisting him after the film Boo. A Medea Halloween rap. Tyler Perry knows what he did, Rodriguez claims. Rodriguez doubled down in the responsibility of saying more details surrounding the case will be released and that social media will be shocked by what comes next. No, by what comes out. He insisted everything will eventually make sense and urged social users to stay tuned as he prepares to reveal Mill. And you don't have to pay nothing. That's what it is. So he has a response. Let's listen to what he's saying. What y'all thoughts? Y'all think differently? Y'all have something else to say? It's fine. What the hell is going on here?
Just checking in with you guys about the news that I mentioned a couple days ago. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about sexual assault and harassment and why the people stay silent. For a long time, guys, I didn't want to say anything, and I wanted to tell you guys why I didn't want to say anything. But when it happened to me, I felt ashamed. I was scared because of the judgment and the questions that people were going to start asking, almost like they were going to blame me for just being there. Well, I felt all of that, guys, when a very big director, a very seriously powerful person that everybody knows, invited me over to his house to talk about roles and upcoming things that he was writing. Hello, everyone. I was telling myself, like, man, like all of my dreams are coming true right now. Like my opportunities at my front door right now. So much excitement going through my body. And then, guys, it happens. You know, my boundaries were crossed. You feel like this person feels like they got power over you because of the situation and the opportunity that presented itself in front of you. And then you and how fear can somewhat keep you quiet and keep you silent. Well, I stayed quiet for much too long. And I just want to say I'm really sorry, man, because if I would have spoken up sooner, I could have saved somebody that this probably happened to after me. I just want to say sorry for that, whoever that may be. It could have stopped with me if I would have said something. But I do apologize, and I'm speaking up now. I was telling myself, like, man, like all of my dreams and getting it out there and talking about it, most importantly, then so be it. And I just want to apologize once again, guys, because I'm sorry I can't really talk about more than what I've talked about right now. But I will be giving you guys an update very soon about the whole situation that happened in detail. So stay tuned. And thank you guys for hearing me out. I appreciate it.
Y'all go online. A lot of y'all probably ready to go text messages. I'm not reading it. And that's what it is. So, but he basically was saying text messages about he needed help. A lot of things happening. He didn't want no substance and something about his dental. The person he had, his dental was jail for fraud. It's like that. So he needed money. I guess Tyler did give him the money, whatever, at some point, stuff like that, because he said, thank you so much. You appreciate that. I love you. So like that, or whatever, have you were going through it and whatnot. But I feel like a lot of text messages make it seem like he was going back and forth. Back. I said a lot of something like he probably doctored that and took some of his responses back to him because he's just not gonna be doing all that. Like, come on, whatever. Especially when he think he may have this a kind of relationship that he think he was having with you because you invited him over, talking to roles and like that, as crossing boundaries and wanted to touch his penis and like that or butt or whatever you was doing and groping him and said, What make y'all think this segment isn't like that? Because you asked for money for dental insurance, whatever. That you didn't pay enough to get insurance, whatever. Like negate the fact that he probably didn't negate the fact that he did it. Like it's a possibility that he did what he did. None of us was there at the room. So because he's not like a Taraji or anybody high status like a Christian Keys like that, we could automatically dismiss him because he acts help for get his dental. Damn right. If you figure all around with me and have me coming to you all the time and talk about roles and stuff like that, and you sitting that thing, having drinks with me and all that stuff like that, and I'm doing that stuff, even though some of the things could be just business thing, but sometimes when you cross the boundary, you're doing more than that. Then if you could take something from me, why the hell I can't come to you for something that I need some help with? It is what it is. And yes, he said he didn't want to speak. He didn't speak a long time ago, move forward, and maybe he could have helped somebody else. But I was like, at the end of the day, maybe this guy would be paying people off to get them to shut up so he won't continue going on the court and whatever, or he will continue to do so. And if he continue to do so and keep coming at the men, especially the men, and how this society, the country feel like when it comes to men, they can't be victims. Like even though they could be victims as well, they don't want to believe the judgment, like he said, criticism. Because online, we have people that understand they maybe it's telling the truth like that. But other people say, because. And usually people get freaking sidetracked and like completely throw people victims, like they're victims when money is involved. Oh, you should have went there. I said, well, at the end of the day, if he was suing, he was trying to get money anyway. So it is what it is. Just because he asked for money before, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. He still touch him. He still allegedly touch him. So you need to pay up. I don't care what you say. I don't care who he is or not. Because some of y'all will not nobody in your workspace or whatnot, or your employer or your boss, your supervisor, to trap you in the room or have you go to different places and stuff like that with them, and they just press up on you, and you think it should be okay, and what for their benefit, and you destroy it because they did something violation to you, and if you say something, you might get retaliation on against you or whatnot. That's what a lot of these workplaces got put things in force and put things in place against retaliation and for you reporting stuff like that. But I say that to say mean is that at the end of the day, y'all, the way how he moves, what a lot of people do, and the inappropriate conversation he had with his employees, stuff like that, doing things, it may bring some validity to what some of them are saying. And we just got to see how the days goes. Because at the end of the day, all these people not coming forward for no paying reason. They ain't come down, they ain't band together and say, oh, they all sit down and come around this time and then put it out there about time. No. No. People not going to conjugate and try to sit down and have a support group and have an agreement when they all going to come out. No. They all speak of different things. And we have different people. We have two people who's not high status. And we got Christian Keys who's not high status. And no, all of them cannot be lying. Some of them, it's like they all cannot be liars. That's what I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. You respect Tyler for how he did for the community, but also you cannot be so blinded and think that he cannot possibly do so. Let us learn a lesson about Diddy. People so enamored about him back in the day, knowing that he was doing some crazy, destructive things, and now we start to realize the truth about this guy. And it's like crazy, you know what? These people are ridiculous. Now, Christian Keys. He came forward and said something about All the Queen's Men. One of my favorite shows I like from BET Plus. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm singing hymns, y'all. I'm singing hymns.
I mean, the studio tried to steal my Creative by credit. So, like, they posted even this week. I'm not mad about not being there no more. Because, I mean, the studio tried to steal my Creative by credit. So, like, they posted even this week, end of the year, la la da da, and you post my show like that's y'all show. It's you putting the show out there, but you're also the same studio, Tyler Perry Studios, that removed my Creative by credit, and I had to call the union to have them make you force TPS to put it back on there. So I'm not sad that my show isn't there anymore. After season 5, it won't be there anymore. I won't have to deal with that shady, corny kind of leadership over there that would dare. Why try to? You got 16, 17 shows. I got one. Let me have credit. My contract says I get credit. Why your corny trying to steal my credit? Because you can't write like me.
Boom.
Yeah, I wrote the book. And I wrote the show. I wrote the pilot. I created the show. I wrote the first season. It was originally,
And he's a
All the Queen's Men was originally 8 episodes, 8 half-an-hour episodes. And unbeknownst to me, Boss Man went in there and added 10 or 15 minutes to each episode, writing-wise, and then wrote the 10th episode himself. And I wasn't worried right away, even though I should have been a part of that. I should have been allowed to do that because I was the writer's room for season 1. So I wrote the whole season, but as soon as he popped in, and now it's 10 one-hour episodes, and he started writing on it. So then season 2, season 3, he just showed up and said, hey, here's the next 20 episodes, and here's the next 16 after that. I didn't get a chance to contribute, so that's when it got real weird. Yeah, he was like, oh, it's this is the hottest thing over here. Ain't nobody checking on that show. Ain't nobody worried about that show. Ain't nobody this, that, and the other. I got to put my name on something that ain't mine. And season 2 and season 3 is when All the Queen's Men got weird and dudes started getting raped with those and all that weird. Nobody want to see that. Put that on your show. That's why I'm glad my show ain't there no more. Put that on Oval or Brother or Sisters or whatever. Put that boy on your show. I'm glad because I don't have to deal with that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you completely change the integrity of a creation. I'm not mad about not being there no more.
Yeah. You see, the same person people trying to windmill about. Doing all that. I said sometimes you don't get that successful, and sometimes you could get successful and be still an honorable person. But sometimes people get so successful in the business and knowing that they could kind of step on people's toes and still keep the rich money for themselves. Because at the end of the day, yeah, All the Queen's Men, that's one of my favorite shows. I do like All the Queen's Men. And it has been based on a book that Christian Keys wrote. And it's based on that book. So he wrote the first season, he credited it, and the show is Christian Keys. This is his show. But when he's saying that Tyler was trying to take him off the Creative by credit and try to put his name on it and make it seem like it was his show, listen, no, it was filmed at your studios, but it's my show. Now it brought more perspective. And when he came forward and said something what he said about somebody that he never gave names about, it made me think that it probably is this guy he was talking about. You know all that. They also try to take him off the thing, trying to do some weird stuff. Because you can tell when Tyler Perry started taking over things, because he started putting a lot of things in his scripts that just make it no damn sense, and just do out there to be out crazy, just outlandish. It's just like, what is going on? So yes, I still enjoyed All the Queen's Men on the show. Glad they put his credit on the show so he could get his royalties, whatever it is, from the show. And I hope that he could shop them around for someone else. And I hope someone could pick it up. HBO Max or Showtime or Stars or something like that. Could pick it up so he could have more direction and creation to the show that he wants to do, and not based on the person type of who wants to come in and just take over Come on, don't come in and take over there. Let me film in your studio, never do the lighting and stuff like that. You just reap the credit of me filming your studio. Don't try to take it over so you do everything for yourself, so you get everything for you, and then take me out of it and do some shady, corny leadership and try to do all that. It's because of what? You bad because I turned your dances down and stuff like that. Boy, bye. Allegedly. And you mad, like he said, break apart. You mad because I write better than you, because he does. He does. Preacher keeps writing better than him. He does. What y'all thought? Because he was on live, and I think he asked this question. He was asked this question, and I think he answered it. So, because he ain't going around just talking about him, just talk about him. But he goes to be going live every now and then. People ask him questions, and he answers his questions, answer the questions, and whatnot. So, so glad that he fought to get his credit back on the show, so he'll be staying there. And after after week 5, I think this is 4th season. I think the 5th season about to get shown. After the season, that season will be last season on BET Plus, and then he's gonna shop to somewhere else. So hopefully, we will get it. So, Tyler, man, and I was like, listen. Nobody condemn you what you like. If you like what you like, but don't try and come after these people and think they will not say something because they don't have nothing to say anything. Because you're a well-respected man. But, well, at least in some people's eyes. So I don't know about caping and try to fight for you for what? At the end of the day, if you're doing this to people, and you go and you know who you choosing, you choosing the right people, because if you come after them, nobody will try to believe them and nothing like that. Then have at it. I said, boy, stop trying to go after these people, your employees. If you want somebody, you want a good fun time, like I said, there are people out right now at home waiting to get some freaking. Listen, if you want to come after man, you ain't got guys at home waiting to get some pussy or want to give some dick. Like, come on now. You could get it if you want some. I'm just saying, whatever, we're going here. If you want something. It ain't that. Like, come on. You don't have to take for your employees because you want the position of power. That's the problem. People like to have power over people, so they give them sense of what? Satisfaction. So they want to go the easy route or find someone that was willing to do something that they want. They rather go after somebody who could depend on them. And they have the power that never is created. But having it. Let's move on to the next topic. But I'm glad Christian Key spoke up and talk about the things, because at the end of the day, people trying to act like this guy, everybody coming after him, and they just trying to take him down. I said, nobody trying to take him down. If you're doing things that's shady and messed up, people are going to right to call you out. Point blank, period. Are we live? We almost done. We're almost done. All right, y'all. The reason why I'm talking about this, because I was saying, listen, I'm going to say this. Everybody does have the right to speak how they want to speak and try to tell their own side of stories and side of things and whatnot. They have every right. They can do what they want to do, and I also thought that. When I saw this, and I say, Zeus, probably it had to be Zeus, because I said, who else will try and get them a platform to speak they want to speak? And Zeus, you Dutch about it, because sometimes I don't watch Zeus. Those that ask me, no man, no hand to bake the cheese. I don't have it. Don't ask me. The only time I will watch Zeus is back in the days when we sharing somebody else's account and we were watching it and we was doing a review and everything. And I just like I couldn't stop. I couldn't do any more Bad Boys. I was reviewing Bad Boys. I was doing Johnson Cabaret. I said, nah, After that, I got stupid. I said I can't do it anymore. Nah. The only way I would even watch a Zeus, I have a friend who watched Ratchets, and he loved to watch baddies. So every time, if he comes to my house, that's the only time I'm gonna watch it. And he comes to my house, and we watch it together. Baddest USA. Now get me wrong, the Baddest USA is not that bad. But the only thing I hate about Baddies is that they fight. This is fight. And I said, listen, I'm rather stay in it, especially like me who don't get on these shows like that. I said, if you gotta fight, it gotta be a reason. You just can't be fighting. People just fighting and fighting. I don't know. I said, where's this coming from? And then he got to try to have a backstory, and nobody on me on social media like that. I said all that to say is that I don't watch shows like that. So it's most likely I'll be watching. I ain't gonna watch Dr. Series because I felt like it's a people. My Mizzies, no. I stated I'm not watching any more documentary about him. I'm not. I'm done. I said enough. I know he's guilty for like that, and it is what it is. You guilty. He did this stuff. Point blank period. So when I saw this, and I said, oh, so he tried to get Christian and Justin, they shine to say what they need to say about their feelings about this case and whatnot. And a lot of people was not happy about that because they was like, you know what? They feel like that he tried to get on a platform to discredit the victims, to defend their father, try to say they father didn't do this and whatnot, and and all that stuff. And I said, I expect they will say that anyway. Because why would they do a docu-series to talk about their feelings about that? Unless it's straight just their feelings and how they cope with the situation and whatnot. But I feel like they going to be more of defending their father honor by speaking on this and trying to. In my opinion, I feel like they would probably discredit and say, "Oh, I didn't did this, he didn't do this. I know my father that he would never do that stuff." I said, "No, when we see on videos of him taking you to things and doing all that stuff like that." And I was saying, why are you giving them a platform to speak about something like that when they are currently going through their own legal battles? Lemmy. But we cannot expect no moral high ground for someone who's sleeping with his own employees about to have a baby with them. I don't know. Yeah, I said it. F out of here. You and Jamila didn't work out. But now you mess with one of your employees. And y'all bragging on social media that y'all have that baby, I'm having a baby. Ugh. Whatever. Let's read what Lemmy's had to say because he said he don't want people to judge. I said, well, after the day, it's too late now. Because we see that these boys was rounding up this guy who did terror to these females, and they've been around. So I don't know what they will say to us to that will make it feel like they kind of discredit the victims, to make them feel like the victims are lying on their daddy. It's like the daddy don't deserve the justice that he received. He was a good man. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. What they would say. That's what I'm gonna say. I just want to know. And those of you watching, y'all let me know what they say. Unless one day my friend come and watch Bad as I guess he wanted to watch it. But let's see. He said, to be clear, this documentary series is centered on providing Justin and Christian the opportunity to share their personal story and lived experiences, particularly as their lives have also been directly impacted. Don't be wrong, yes, they have been directly impacted based on their father's action, who they also have been around. Quincy, Christian, Justin, they've been around. But us viewers gonna feel like they gonna speak the experiences in defense of their father and kind of discredit the victims. That's what we're thinking. Or they're gonna say my father did messed up and he deserved the time. They're not gonna say that shit. I've known they not, I don't think they say that. They will say that shit. he deserved a certain time. He did it. I think hope he learned when he get out or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The project is not intended to endorse, defend, or vindicate Diddy or any individual, nor does it seek to justify or minimize any action that have been alleged or adjudicated. I don't know. I don't know. Do y'all agree with him? Do y'all believe him? I don't know. You saying that, but I do not believe these two boys that you gonna have to do a docu series is not gonna do some shit. Don't not go try discredit anyone. I believe they're gonna try to and defend their father. Unless it's completely about their feelings and their experience on that, I don't know. I don't believe that. I think they will in some way, shape, or form. But he said, don't judge the show. Watch it and see how it is. Then y'all judge. I said, okay. All right. What he say? As a network, we believe in the importance of allowing individuals to speak for themselves, just as any credible network entering the documentary space does. But my thing is, yes, I understand that the point is that you want to give people a chance to speak their speech and everything. Shout out to Misha. To speak their thoughts and everything. But as sometimes also when people want to know you can take a stance. But we don't know. We don't expect nothing from Zeus, so it is what it is. This is up his alley to have things like that happen on the show. Because ain't no way I would give him those boys a platform to speak anything about how I feel about their father doing the day. Ain't happening over here. You better build your own YouTube channel and do your own podcast and speak your thing. Cause you will have to pick me girls and guys who will be flock to your channel. You will get that $1,000. You will get that 1,000 subscribers and everything if you got a channel. Our role is to provide a platform for stories to be told honestly and without prejudgment. What viewers will see is raw, real, and authentic storytelling that is a essence of this project. We respectfully ask that the series not to be prejudged before it is seen. Everyone will have the opportunity to watch, assess the content, and rise at their own conclusions. I don't know the fact that he came out so quickly after this was announced because he knew. I know people flipped his inbox and everybody trashing the show, and he said, "Oh no, y'all gotta watch it. Y'all don't watch it, please watch it, so don't prejudge. It's not to do it out now." No, because people was like, people would be understanding if you would have had some of the victims, like even though the victims did have their share thing, but you had some other victims that came forward that would speak on against these people would probably watch that. But the fact that you got the sons that normally one of the sons it had been around and doing a lot of things that was not legal with their father, and people had accounts of that, speaking on such things, people ain't gonna want to hear that. So I'm here for it. They can speak their truth as many of y'all have spoken your opinion. I mean, it is what it is. Speak their truth. But when he said they not gonna do all that, I said I don't feel like they gonna do that. I feel like they gonna do what he actually say this show is not gonna be. But y'all let me know your thoughts. I just want to share that. But I'll be watching it now. But I'm sure people will watch it and give their opinions on it. And then I'll look at it as reviews and see what they say. All right. The last topic before we get off here, and we go watch Traders on Discord. If you're not on my Discord, please do so. But we go watch the Traders there, and the Discord link is down in the description box. We're gonna talk about Cape Crusader and Hotbox clip. Now, I said I'm gonna get their nicknames, and know y'all who never been following me before. Like I said, one of the shows I used to love was Love and Marriage Huntsville. The reason why it was so great, it was so raw, it was so authentic. We enjoyed it. The concept of the show was great. The cast they had, the ensemble cast, the melody was great, and I started her and Martell storyline kind of like helped propel the story. Unless we had different things going on, but it did build its success based on Mel and Martell speaking their truth about the infidelity and all that stuff happening and whatnot. And then we had the Tisha Marceau story and all that stuff like that. And then it stemmed from that. There was a core group of thing and it made it that. So it was successful. And then as the show's going on, the social media, we have commentary and all of that. And people was enjoying it because it's fresh. It was good. And then as more was happening, they started tying the social media to the show. So if you're not on social media and following what was happening, you would be lost in the show. So that's integrating that. And then it started getting really toxic about Martell and his actions and what he's doing when she went divorced. I think when still in Melody divorcing this guy, and a lot of things happening, and different people got split. A lot of people was on Mel's side. We understand Mel because the freaking fucked up shit this guy was doing and the freaking side Dusty's trick that wanted to be a main chick so damn bad. She was so dumb to be one. F it up. So everybody was on the side and understand her. Even though we feel like Melody was not perfect, she still was a product of someone who cheated on her, and she was a working woman, raising children, a lot of stuff. And for him to have all this energy to go do this and everything, and do that, and then we know that she was the brain of the freaking relationship because she was making the money and all stuff like that, all that stuff. It benefited him for having her around. Point blank, period. But he wouldn't mess it up because he would be greedy. I only watched season 1, maybe 2, but I fell off. Listen, child, I watched her at a certain point that I got started, like, especially when Miss Wanda was coming around. I didn't never stand. I know a lot of people like her, but I never stand Miss Wanda. I don't care when nobody say it. Don't even come to my channel to about defending Miss Wanda. I don't like her. Never did. I don't even like Teletubby as it is. Teletubby is Tisha. I get nicknames. I don't even like Teletubby as it is. Teletubby and her mother, nah. I couldn't stand her because she was doing the most. Yeah, she may have some funny business. And I like when she was getting on Monster behind, but when she started coming across to Melody and to try to talk about Melody's children, all that stuff like that, I said, nah, I'm not doing all that. And then Tisha always had her money fighting the battles. Now I'm gonna say all that to say, that's all that. But the reason why I bring the Love and Marriage Huntsville because one couple right now, Cape Crusader and Hotbox. Maurice Scott is Hotbox. Cape Crusader is Kimmi because at the end of the day, Kimmi has been caping for this man at the numerous of times he disrespected her. And we up here fighting for your behalf, and then you just shoot us down the side, act like we don't even know what the fuck we talking about, and kick before this man, knowing that he kind of embarrass you over and over and over and over again, and you stay pulling your cake. Oh, yes, I'm a superhero for my man. Look at him. I'm a 40 freaking young woman. I'm capable for my man. Look at this. Ta-da! Power. Like caping hard. Capable for your man. Real good. So I call her Cape Crusader. Because after one, I was liking Kimmi. She was great. We thought she was a sound, reasonable person beginning of the season, and what she was, beginning of the series. But then she started becoming dusty like Tisha. It started becoming a doctor. I said, girl, how you gonna let this guy who's younger than you, when you had more experience, you raised your own son and everything, to flip you over and mess up with you and mess you over? Then you started having to get an emotional support dog and all that stuff because your husband act like you were just a fucking mattress to him. And this freaking episode, he kind of repaired you to like a refrigerator. of his childhood trauma. And we were going through that freaking battle of the big C. Congratulations, you beat it. More power to her. I'm happy that she beat the big C. But when she was going through the big C, and this guy did not give a damn of her sexual libido going low because she's going through the treatments and all that stuff like that. She don't have desire. And he said she rolls over and take it for him. And people lit his ass up. Or for her to get on freaking online and stuff like that and cape it for his behind. Even though she kind of didn't like what he said, but she still caped for him. So I would say, no, you're a cape crusader. We don't have everything you do. Maurice hot box do it. I call it hot box, Maurice hot box. Because I said, go, what the fuck you on the dog in the heat for? Why are you always pat down there trying to get that thing wet on the inside? Boy, get the fuck out of here. Go home, jerk off and calm down and drop me the dog in the heat. That's why I call him hot box. He don't have a box, but whatever. It's gonna be a hot box, and it's gonna be a hot box as it is. It is what it is. Don't care. I said it. So exactly. So this recent clip, I don't watch Love and Marriage Country anymore. But this clip went viral, and I say, you know what? I could talk about it. Because I know some things, because I used to watch the show, because I don't watch the show anymore, so don't even ask me. But I do the clip, and I will let you hear the clip. Both clips. And talk about it. Generous summarization, he basically saying, because they been having sex like that. And I think he has addiction. Because I remember one time in one episode, he said he had sex with 6 or 7 women in one day. I said, boy, what the fuck are you doing? What is going on? We don't know it's all at one time, but he said it was six or 7 women in one day. Yeah, sex with. I said, boy, ain't no motherfucking sex in the world that you doing all that. Like, what is going on? And then she going to give me that you want to have sex all the time, pillow, take it, and all that stuff, and don't want to understand that. I said, boy, if you don't go to the freaking Cape Crusader, take him to the freaking sex store, get him a pocket torso, a good torso, let him wet at it when he in the need to have sex, so when you don't want to do it. And I dare you try to go out there and leave me, because I can leave you too. But have at it this freaking doll. It will give you a black torso with a good tight gush, and fuck that shit up, because I can't give you nothing. Right now, I can't. You be all right. But now I guess they be having sex two or 3 times a day. I said, that's too much. And then he said he heard that he could, I heard that people can take it, you could take it laying down longer than I could stand up. I said, who told you that? And then he told her it's not going to happen. That she want time and affection and someone like that, as emotional connection and time. He said, it's not going to happen, Doc. She said, what did I say? I said, listen to what he's saying. He basically saying what he's not going to do. But every time he says something negative that you don't want to cape in and try to explain it away, I said, girl, listen to what he's freaking saying. And then try to say, oh, if I give you this, then I could give you the time, but the time won't be spent for me getting what I want, which is sex, which it is. Well, okay. And it was crazy that at the beginning, people thought that hot box was the freaking reasonable one. And more so was the stupid one. And the more so is still horrible. How he danced around questions, don't want to answer questions back and forth. After the game, I don't know the fuck whether everybody got evidence or not that he cheated or not. We all know they all flocked together. They did something together. It is what it is. I'm not hearing all that. We don't need no proof, because we had proof of the motherfucking back, and she still act like that wasn't him. So I said, girl, you know your husband back, and like that he explained that way, girl, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You know that was your back. We even see that was his back. You know your husband. Girl. So you have proof. You have proof. But nobody said you had to leave him. But you do what you want to do. But don't act like you never got any evidence that he may have stepped out. But we thought Hot Box was a reasonable one and a nice one, but then we started seeing how his slip was showing. I said, he just like his other brothers. Like he's no different. So then he talked about his childhood trauma of the refrigerator being locked and the father had to ration the food and feed all his kids and all that stuff. And I said, so you trying to say is that led you to have lack of emotional intelligence and understanding and whatnot, or try to treat that your basic need was not met. So your needs that you need to have it all access and not be locked away because it feel like if you take that away from me, it make me go back to that place. Where you try to associate the freaking food to this? Like, okay. Let's listen to the clips.
And so over the last 2 sessions, you guys talked about what's important to you both.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we want to do is we're going to give you a piece of paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This paper represents what's important to you. What I want you to do is hold the paper on one side, Maurice hold the other paper on the other side, like that. Think about what you talked about in our sessions and think about what you will let go.
And we want you to say what that is.
Right.
You remember what it was? Time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And sex.
I think that sex is an act. Intimacy is a connection. And I think that, ultimately all relationships, especially husband and wife, should be at that level of the best intimacy, the heightened state of intimacy.
Talk through what's important to you both. And then whoever's going to want to relinquish that to the other.
So at the end of this task, one or the other person is supposed to have the paper?
Yep.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So talk that out with each
So
other.
you're talking it out.
I feel like I don't get enough quality time.
So,
And vice versa.
am I willing to release sex?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sex is kind of important. And so if what's important to you, right, is more time. And what's important to me is sex. If I give up more of that time, like let's say we set an extra day or 2 per week, could those be like sex days?
What? Intimacy doesn't begin at all with sex, in my opinion. I do think in Reese world, as we call it, intimacy is equivalent to sex. Like they're one and the same, I think intimacy starts long before sex.
Sex every day.
Maurice, we'll have sex at 6 o'clock and you're pulling my pants down at 10 o'clock. It's never enough.
What day goes by and you're like, you know what? I just don't want to eat today. My question is, how much sex is excessive?
He wants what he wants, but he doesn't want to transfer that over into the meat in the middle.
The sex we've had is for you. You know
so
what
you're
I'm saying?
forcing yourself.
I'm not forcing. I'm just not getting the same thing out the deal that I used to.
My sex life is never not on my mind during cancer treatment. Sex is just like a natural occurrence and it happens. You can't suppress it.
So the time that you're giving me is going to be sex?
It's going to be more time with you though. Right?
No, I need time outside of that.
So
that's what makes the sex better.
But how can we have more sex if we're doing more of that?
That's the secret, friend.
Okay, so
because that's what I need to get what you need.
Right, but I'm saying that right now we're extremely busy, both of us, not just me. If we're giving up a bunch of that to get to more time that we're hanging out and all the rest of that stuff, right? Then that's eliminating potential sex time.
I don't think that eliminates the sex time. Okay. I think that makes it better, more fulfilling to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
To where, quite frankly, maybe you don't want it as much because they're just better sessions.
Time.
Mm-hmm.
What did it mean to you when Kimmi said it's the time that will make sex more quality?
I believe that she believes that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you don't believe that?
When we have more time, it's usually on a vacation. On vacations, you say, I wanted too much.
Because I think there's a level of too much. Like, I do. Sorry. Some of that is me not being in the emotional space to want it 2 or 3 times.
There might be some hypersexuality going on. In your mind, you really think that most women are able to just sexually perform several times a day, every day?
I heard coming up that I can lay down longer than you can stand up.
Oh, who told you that?
I mean, it's a saying I heard coming up.
Oh, dear.
What does the plan look like based on what you guys have shared today? Because Kimmi needs more time and connection and those things.
It's not gonna happen, guys.
Why are you saying it's not going to happen?
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna give up sex because I'm not.
I mean, we would never imply that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you shouldn't have to give up sex.
You might give up 2, 3 times a day.
I'm just saying. I just
She's
think
working
you're-
me down, Doc.
I just think that's not normal.
I'm not saying that I'm going without, right? It's like going to the refrigerator, right? If I want to go to the refrigerator once, if I want to visit the refrigerator 3 times that day,
Right,
right?
right,
I don't want the refrigerator to be bare.
right. The question would be, why do you go to the refrigerator 3 times?
It's just if you feel like it that day.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is the feeling around that?
I think desire for my wife.
I think it's more than that.
Desiring to having sex multiple times in a short period of time is probably coming from self-soothing because it becomes addictive. It becomes pacifier. If you think about a baby pacifier, when a baby cries, we put a pacifier in their mouth and they feel better for the moment.
Y'all hear that dusty shit that Hot Box said? Hot Box saying he needs sex. And Kimmi said, Kate Crusader said she needs time. Now, my love language is quality time. So yes, you give me quality time and I enjoy the time and it doesn't involve sex. The time is spent to build that up, the emotions, connectivity, the intimacy together, it makes the sex better. Yes, it does. That's my love language. So if you don't fulfill that, you're not getting much out of me. And the sex be meaningless. So I understand her. But he tried to negotiate that and said, oh, I give you that time, then the time I give you, you can have more sex. Like, boy, what is this? It is me, and no compromise and none of that. And then 2 or 3 times a day, you can say you heard that you can lay down more than I can stand up. Who told you that? I just heard that saying. I said, no. Who told you that? Ain't no what you heard. Nobody say that like that. Somebody taught you. And then saying that how refrigerator. Oh, it's like I'm going to refrigerators. I wanted the refrigerator to go there. I could go there without me when I want. So he basically saying that she's a piece of food that she needs to go to the refrigerator. If you want to go to the refrigerator, you can go there. You can get mad and have what you want. And you know, numerous times he normally equate the need of the sex with food. Sometimes he does do a lot of food analogy a lot. That's definitely his childhood. That lock refrigerator shit, but. It's kind of whack that you feel like you need to have that much every freaking time, every day. I said, I don't know what's going on. I said, listen, that's another thing. Kate Crusader, come to the front. He did not develop this overnight. He said like was like this. What conversation have you been having with him before you even got married? Because I remember y'all was together for like 7+ years before you even got married to him. So what was the conversation y'all was having as dating and stuff like that as you growing up? was like, because after that, I cannot fathom that this guy was just all of a sudden became this freaking sex craze. He been like this. So I don't know what kind of woman like you would even deal with something like this. What, because you're lonely? You think you can have nobody else? I said, Kate could say that you was a beautiful woman. You could have had somebody, you raised your own son, Jalen, at this point. Like, you don't need no hot box. So I don't understand what is the need that you need to cape for and stay in this relationship with him, or because he has an addiction. And some of y'all think it's cute and having all this sex every time, every day, all the time. I said, nah. Even sex every day is enough. Like, listen, I know some people don't want to have sex every day. I said, fine. But if you're going to do that, these sessions have not been going in, figure 30 hours or 2 hours and shit. So you have 30 minutes or less. Boy, bye. Pick that up. We ain't got all time for that. Child, Most of the time you want to have it a day, the less time you're going to get it from me. You get it from me. You better nut quick, bitch. You never take a look at it. Because you remember sometime it was like, because I don't think you watched the latest season. That's why. I think they were together for a while before they even got married. And, Kaya always had an issue that she thought it was so overlap between Hotbox and Kate was in a relationship than when he was with Kaya. And he would never really kind of debunk that thing, and Kate would say they always had to fight for her honor that she was never on a side chick when she was dealing with Hotbox. I said, well, I don't know. I seemed like it was some overlapping to me, but I don't know. Call it to whatever. But I would say, nonetheless, this guy was like this. So I don't know. I don't know what made you possess that you will get something out of him. Because when he said it's not going to happen, Doc, he's not going to give you the time and whatnot. So you get what you need because he's going to need his sex. So he's not giving you no time. At the end of the day, no, it's not perpetuating a negative thought. That's why he failed. This is what he's saying. Listen to what he's saying. It's exactly, he says what he said, but you always want to freaking devalue it and try to explain it away. No, this is what he said, and this is what exactly it is. Deal with it, girl. Learn from that. Learn from this. We was rooting for you, but we ain't rooting for you anymore, girl. Because we saying you want to deal with that, go ahead, girl. You want to tell us how we deal with that. Because those Scott brothers going to have your early, your grave. They're going to be living large, and y'all going to be what?
It's your all's childhood story.
Food and refrigerator have a lock on it. Okay, who put the locks on the door, on the refrigerator?
My dad.
And how did you feel about
You told us your all's childhood stories, right?
the experiences that you had about the food and refrigerator have a lock on it? Okay, who put the locks on the door, on the refrigerator?
My dad.
And how did you feel about your dad putting the locks?
I was angry at my father.
You were angry at your father?
Yes, very angry.
Very angry. And there's a feeling before you got angry.
I was confused.
You felt confused.
I get it growing up. When you're responsible for 210 meals a week.
Mercy.
I'm saying that's a lot of food.
That's a lot, yeah.
He's just trying to ration the food. When you're a kid, you're like, dude, why the hell do we have a lock on the damn refrigerator? Right? Because it doesn't make sense. Why have all these kids if they can't eat?
How did you feel?
I felt like stuff is fundamentally unfair. I felt cheated. I felt and still feel that food should be in the refrigerator. It's meant to be consumed. I don't understand why you can't eat the food that's in the house.
So that explains confused. Any other feelings that came before anger?
Embarrassed. When people came over, yeah, it's embarrassing.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Kim, if you were knowing him at 12 years old, what would you do?
I would have snuck him in some food and hugged him and loved on him. You try to think through some of the things he brought from childhood. And so when you look at how people were raised, you start to understand how they are as adults. And it helps to understand how we find the middle.
How did you, this is deep, Maurice, you ready for this one?
Hey, let's go.
How did you soothe yourself?
Soothe myself?
Yeah.
Like growing
Answer the
up?
question.
Yeah.
You tell them about the magazines in the thing. Tell them about the magazines over the bathroom, in the ceiling. Don't play.
We had our older siblings. They had a nudie book or a porn video or something. And, you know, that was.
They kept their head up in the thing, and then if somebody took it and used it and didn't put it back, they'd be mad.
Yeah, people were like, wait, who took the book and why is it gone? And everybody acted like it wasn't there.
Everybody needed the pacifier. Right. That was a way to soothe yourself.
Self-soothing is a new term of art. I like it. It doesn't sound as crass as what I envision what a teenager does with a nudie book.
Kimmi, how do you feel when you don't feel connected or the attention or the time that Maurice, that you desire? How does that make you feel?
I feel sad.
Say that too. You said it to us. And we want Maurice to respond to what you just said.
So in those times, I feel disconnected. I feel unloved. I feel sad because I don't understand. It doesn't seem like a big ask in my book.
I don't ever want you to feel like that. I feel like you're my life partner. I'm trying to learn how to love you better. And through therapy, I'm learning that I lack emotional intelligence, significantly lack emotional intelligence.
I know you had it tough as a kid. And I'm sorry for that. You know that I am. And so sometimes I just make the excuse in my head, like, oh, he didn't have this, or he didn't have this, or he didn't have that. And so I don't talk about it and I make excuses. But I wanted to move forward with therapy because I don't want to make excuses for things that I feel like I deserve in our marriage.
I don't ever want you to think or to hesitate, okay? I may not have it, but I'm gonna get it.
I know. I know. Every marriage has their ups and downs. Maurice and I included. We're resilient in every aspect of the word. We've had stuff way up here. We've had breast cancer way down here. And part of the things that we learn in therapy is the resilience of us is being able to learn tools of communication and how to interact with each other.
Can I just affirm you?
Yeah.
Because so many men of color are afraid to do what you're doing. You know, women were socialized to talk. Talk therapy is what we do anyway. We don't talk to each other. We'll cry. We'll call our girlfriends on the phone. When you all get together, what do y'all do? Grunt and do sports. You know what I mean? But we're like, girl, how'd you feel? Right. You know, we were socialized to do that. So when a grown man says, I'm going to do therapy, we give you a standing ovation.
Yeah.
We're not standing ovation nothing. There should be the standard thing that everybody should be talking about. Human beings should talk and stuff things out. That's how emotional intelligence is built. Not because a grown man don't talk about this. Yes, it is socialization and same things they're taught. Now, women does this and man does this like that. But we got to get over that. We need to get over to the point that human beings need emotional intelligence, and therapy helps get clarity and express emotions and whatnot. And we get like that, and we get people to open up early in their lives and things and know how to regulate emotions better, things will not be no big issues going forward in the relationship, you know, and on an aspect of relationship with workforce, family, friends, all that stuff. So when a man, when they come in, we give him a standing ovation, we open up. Okay. Clap for the bare minimum. But it is what it is. But yes, it does take men sometimes hard to want to open up and say anything because, you know, I guess whatever they feeling. So, yes. But how he soothed himself, so I think, yes, the way how he soothed when he's young and that he can get where he can look at the magazines and thought like that. I say yes. Maybe watching those magazines got him exposed to sex so when you get young and know what the hell going on. Think that's something that's cute and all that, and then he getting older, think that's something that he could be available for and have. And now he got a wife that could be a mattress for him. We'll see. Because sometimes that guys do say a lot of things that they could try to do in a relationship, like make, you know how you try to say, "Oh, I don't want to be there. I'm gonna make it do that." She said, "I know. Don't kick so fast. Like you know how she try to kick all the time. You don't know nothing. Let him work for it. Don't try to automatically agree that he gonna get better. And how long it takes to get better? Because at the end of the day, like I'm telling you, women need to understand that the men don't really change their spots. They really don't. You stick with it. You start doing what they wanted in the beginning. They're gonna continue doing what they're doing for the rest of the marriage, relationship. They gotta take something drastic for them to change anything. So when you want to get hot and heavy and all that stuff, and let him do it, think that it's cute to have this. I said to start withdrawing, and let's see what happens. But he may have cheated anyway, so that's what it is. So listen. Because that story about you driving on late, you didn't come home to Kimmi and all that stuff like that, you would get on mail because she was making some of those statements and why you was coming home so late and all that stuff that you act like you was cheating out on. I said, well, I don't know what the hell you was doing. But you did something and you didn't come home that night. And you had like a last DUI. So. But I'm just saying, it's like, you should know your partner is. Your partner tell you who they are. And I don't think that he gonna change anytime soon. So she could still be going through this for a while. I mean, I'm glad he acknowledged that he lack emotional intelligence, but what you gonna do about it? Maybe he needs to have some therapy session for his own without Kimmi Crusader being there and trying to kick for him all the damn time. But that was the social topics I had for today, y'all. It was something I just wanted to speak some of these topics. Next week will be Mr. Talks. Next Thursday, we're from Memory to Medicine, the last 3 episodes. And this Sunday, we will continue on the series of the book. So the 10,000 Hours with the Rich Minutes. We started from chapter 4. We ended at chapter 3 last week. So we're going to do chapter 4 and maybe to 6. Depends how fast or how long the chapters are. And that's that. And the Traders Review will be up as well. But that'll be pre-recorded. It'll be audio review, pre-recorded. So it will be up sometime this coming up soon. They're going to be coming up a couple of days. Because I did 3 episodes here. So after I watch the 3 episodes, I'll probably watch it without taking notes. I got to watch it again, taking notes. And then after that, I'll probably take notes while I'm watching it tonight. And then as we walk in, and then it'll be my review. And y'all will have that review up sometime next week. Or this weekend. Probably have it up this weekend. But it's an audio-only review. So don't try to say, where's your face at, Mitsu? But it's an audio, it's only audio review. But that will be that. However, I thank y'all for coming through. Appreciate everybody who was watching me on the back bushes. Thank you, Casey Ware, for keeping me company. Hope more people come forward later on in the future and everything. I know it's still early in the year and whatnot. So we will keep this going. We will keep it going. Traders now, the Man with Medicine, then the Social Corner, the Mr. Talks, and the book thing. So we have things going. So I appreciate that coming through. But I will transfer over to Discord right now, and so we can start watching the Traders season 4. Yeah. Yes, and the book review thing is audio only as well. So I'm behind the screen because it's a Sunday early and everything. And the only way I probably get on screen where I see more people come on and chat with me, and then maybe we can start doing that. But other than that, I like it that you can stay behind the screen. We can do whatever we do. You can listen to the audio book, and then I make commentaries throughout the thing. It's good so far. So I'm encouraging everybody to watch it. I'll put the link already down here. and watch it and tell me your thoughts of the 3 chapters so far. I always shot like pro like that. But I appreciate y'all. If you have any thoughts about any topics I said today, put it down in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your comments about things. And any of the topics that y'all want me to discuss next time we do Mr. Social Corner, it won't be next week, it'll be the following week. Y'all give me topics and we can search. And also my Discord, you can tell me topics on Discord and I can look at it and see if we can talk about it. Because, Mr. Social Corner will be a regular thing now, again, this year. All right. I appreciate y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Peace out. All right, later. Peace.